Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your host, King Gio. You see that I've recently been making some videos on politics and stuff like that. But I want to say something to you, and this is from the bottom of my heart. I care for each and every one of us. I hope that the Republican Party can come together and the Democrats can come together and stop putting this as a race thing or start putting this as a political thing and get to know that this is a people thing because we belong and we share the same air, we breathe the same air, and we have to get along with one another. This division of parties, this has to stop. First and foremost, the God tells you to first seek the kingdom of heaven. That's what you must do. Seek the kingdom of heaven. Stop letting go by these lies and these bogus claims of elections and all this. Stop believing in all that. You're a grown man and woman. You should know the difference when someone's giving you a farce, when someone is telling you a lie, and you know the truth. Unfortunately, there are those who are incapable of deciphering the truth. Okay? But before I start anything, this is great. You guys are aware that I work for a certain airline. I won't tell you which one, but for a certain airline. So, if everything goes okay in October, everything will be smoothed out. But if everything goes okay, I'm going to give away 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere in the world. 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere in the world. The only caveat is that you would have to go on standby, but there are 2 free tickets that for you to go around the world. All you have to do is pay your taxes in your hotels, but they're free tickets. 2 free tickets. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and put down King Gio, I subscribe. I want to do this for December, so whoever wants to get that getaway vacation or wants to have go take their wife or their husband, or you want to take your boyfriend, or you want your boyfriend, go with a girlfriend, whatever it is, that's what I want you to do. So start it now. Subscribe to my channel, all right? And let's get it on. Say King G. This is gonna go for King Gio. I subscribe, and when I get the mentioning date, I will do the raffles, and you guys will know who won. So this goes for anyone all over the world. But let's see how it happens. Let's see how it goes. But most likely people from the United States because my tickets are limited, but free for 2 round tickets, 2 free round trip tickets. Anyway, so here we are, we caught up in this dilemma about who's going to win the election, about who this, who's that, but we don't see what's going on in the world. I'm going to give you an example. Just 2 days ago, a young lady in Brooklyn drowned her 3 kids. In Brooklyn, 3 kids. A young lady in, I think it was Louisiana or something like that, slit the throat of 2 of her kids. She did that on FaceTime, called the baby's father and said something, I forgot what he said because I read it, and slit his throat, slit the throat in front of the camera. And you see the pictures of the baby go, wow. They said the girl, the girl was gargling through air through her neck. She was trying to breathe. Her own mother, because things were going out with the baby's father. That's mental health. 2 days ago, a man in Michigan killed his wife, his daughter, and his dog because they weren't with him into believing that the election was stolen. They said that things were okay. People would disagree with him and he'd be all right. But this time he snapped. He snapped to the point that he said, I can't say anymore that you guys are all wrong, you guys are all against me, or for whatever reason. And he snapped because he wanted that QAnon hole. We have a crisis in mental health in this country, and no one is addressing that. You had a young man who went to Puerto Rico the other day with his father, who went to Iraq twice, fought for his country twice, and when he came back, he came down with PTSD, and the VA did nothing for him. They kept postponing. Finally, he killed his father. A man who, neighbors say, loved his father dearly. He was in the States, but he only came back to Puerto Rico because his father said, I'm going to help you out. So, okay, fine, that's my dad. My dad's going to help you out. But we don't know what these soldiers go through when they're in combat, what they're exposed to. And when they come back, the government's like, screw it. You did your job, I'm going to pay you. Now, mind you, all these congressmen and women get paid millions of dollars for endorsements, get paid millions of dollars for lobbyists. They get paid. They cannot put a law that we must have, that the veterans must have the best care psychologically that there is. Because those men and women come out of war distraught. They come with a different mentality. Why can't we do that? But yet, we spend billions of dollars on the dumbest things there is in the world. We send people to space. We do things. That's dumb. Like I said yesterday in my video about the immigrants, we need to help. We need to help our people. We need to help the vets. We need to help the young men and women who are there, who are homeless. We need to help give the tools to, you know what? Young girls to get pregnant. They go to school, teach them about condoms. Go to school because the parents are going to do it. Go to school, teach them about this. Tell them that you can get contraceptive, get contraceptive there. That's how you teach them. They get pregnant, but you are teaching them. Teaching that, how to make a 401k. Teaching them how to save money. Teaching that school is not for everyone. You can go to a vocational school. You can get a trade. Right? Teach them about the stocks. That's what you need to be teaching these children. Not that George Washington came to this country, or that Christopher Columbus came here, which he never settled here in New York, United States, never touched the United States. They give this man a holiday because I discovered something that you already did, but gave them syphilis, raped the man, took all their golds, raped the woman, gave them syphilis. And that's something you want to be proud of? Huh? Proud of? No, I'm sorry. We live in a society that everybody thinks that, we are entitled to things, and we're not. Everybody crying about socialism. Everybody crying about capitalism. Most of the people that talk socialism don't even know what socialism means. Don't even know what socialism means. And here you are, people who work their ass off under capitalism, and they're living paycheck by paycheck. The company that they're working for are not matching your 401k. The company that you're working for is not giving you 401k. The company that you're working for is not giving you health insurance. While the companies upstairs making millions and billions of dollars, you're making penny to the dollar. That's your capitalism. Which kind of like that means that's the capitalism. That's the capitalism. But you don't even know what socialism means. You think socialism means that everybody broke some buck? Nah. Learn what I'm not going to get into what socialism means. But you should look it up, and you'd be surprised what socialism means. You go to all of these countries that you guys so-called socialist countries, and they have better healthcare, better policing, better streets, better schools. Why? Because they're able to pay more taxes. They pay more taxes and they get what they want. I mean, they're paying more taxes, so they're getting what they want. Here, you're paying 33% of taxes, and you're still not getting what you got. You still got the roads all fucked up. You still got police officers in the street beating people. You still have abandoned buildings. You still have people living in the streets. So if you're going to take away from me 20 to 30% of my paycheck every day, and I know that I can walk down the streets are clean. I can walk down the store, everything is clean. I can go down there, everything is clean. You can walk down here, know that the cops are over here, not eating cheats, not eating at Dunkin' Donuts while crime is going on. Then it's worth it. Then that's worth it. You guys talk about the Republicans talk about the forgiving student loan. The reality is Biden can suspend all student loans, and it would only make this much of a dent in our economy. Nothing much. It wouldn't do anything to our economy. But yet these same Republicans who cry about the forgiveness program, about forgiving student loans, those are the same ones that took out PPP loans and never paid them back. Those PPP loans were forgiven. Why don't they tell you what they did? But yet you vote for these people. They don't say what they did because they are hypocrites. How can you vote for a hypocrite? You can't. I know I wouldn't. So how can glass people people in glass houses shouldn't cast stones, because that's what they are. Here they are. Taylor Miller Green. She had a PPP loan, took it out, boom, forgiven. Max Gates, forgiven. Kirshner for Trump's forgiveness. The list goes on. How many senators and how many people outside the Senate that is connected got PPP loans? Mike Pence got a PPP loan. Mike Pence. So Think about that. So your loan can be forgiven, and that's paid by the people. Your loan can be forgiven, but when it comes to the loan of the student, that cannot be forgiven because some others pay, some others didn't. So what? But what happened to the PPP loan that was given to you? Did you pay that? No, you did not. And if you think about it, it just gives a small dent to the United States economy. A small dent, not even a nudge. But you look at the output, all that money that they save goes into the economy. They buy this, they buy that. They can be able to, they can afford a house because now they don't have that in their credit. So now that's one less thing they got to worry about. But it perplexes me why people don't think. It perplexes me why people don't use their brains and go to Google and search this and search that when things are free, when things are easily to read. You say something now, 2 minutes later, it's already in the news. It's already in the internet. Then you can Google it. And then sometimes you come to your own interpretation. Back in my days, we have a encyclopedia. We have to go to the library to get our news. We have to read the newspaper at the library to get the current events. Here you have a tablet. You have a phone. You can just jump into it and boom, that's it. But they're lazy. Society is lazy. And then you go there watch Fox News. I try to watch Fox News, but I can't. Not because I love the news, but you just can't find how can these people still be going to Trump. It's only one side. If you want to throw in both Joe Biden, okay, throw in Joe Biden, but put his good points out too. Okay, just don't keep the bad points out. Just put his good points out too. All right, but you with Donald Trump, everything's okay. Donald Trump that does no wrong. Donald Trump does no wrong, right? He does no wrong. All of you are scared of Donald Trump. And that's pathetic that you all use it pathetically because Donald Trump wasn't the one that got you the job that you got. He didn't speak for you. You got the job because, I'm talking about all of these people on Fox, you got the job because you earned your spot. Because you sacrificed days, you sacrificed hours to be in the position that you are in now. And now that you're in that position that you're in now, you have degraded yourself because you are after one man. You're behind one man because he believes the election was stolen. And no matter what he says, you are behind him 100% because you don't want to lose your job. Because you know that if you say something against this man, that man can't get you fired. I prefer me getting fired and I voice my opinion than having put my tail between my legs and walk away and say, yes, sir, no, sir. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it should work. But we need to address this mental health status that we have here in the United States. We have a big epidemic of drug use. We need to find a way to stop kids from using drugs. We need to. We're destroying our kids. The kids are destroying themselves, and we're not doing nothing. Parents, I tell you, please, I'm imploring you, that when you see your son or daughter doing drugs, do not tell them that's all you can do. You're a bum, you're nothing. That's all you do is drugs. Don't do that because you're pushing them away. And then they will never come back to the reality. They will never want to come back because they say to themselves, all mommy and daddy does is tell me that I'm a drug addict. That's all they do. They don't say, baby, you're a good girl, you're a good man. Why don't you come home? Why don't I take you here? Why don't we go there? Huh? We got child trafficking all over the country, and no one's talking about that. The 113 kids they found 2 weeks ago, no one's talking about that. But yeah, we're talking about immigration coming to this country. How DeSantis said, he's a schmuck, sent immigration to Martha's Vineyard and telling them that they're going to have good schools. All lies, but just to bring out ratings, so the people in Florida can say, "That's right, that's DeSantis. We're not going to play for immigration." But yet, nobody knows that all these fools in Florida and all around the country knows that this is not our land. Our ancestors come from another place. Okay? This land belongs to the Native Indians, to the Makers, or the Makers, the Tainos, not the Tainos, the Mexican Indians. This land belonged to them. But they came, the British, the English, and they took it over. So what is ours? What are you proud to be? Why? George Washington had slaves. You be proud of that? Are you proud of that? Okay? So, we need to come together as a whole. As a whole. And we need to stop this bickering about this, and that. Look, the elections were lost. That's it. Move on. Go forward. What can we do? Why can't you? If you think that your party's not running well, then why don't you run for party? Why don't you run for seat? And let them know, I'm doing this because I want to. I want to run for seat in my county. I just don't know yet. I don't know what yet. I'm going to go to Puerto Rico for a year and run for mayor of my hometown. I don't know yet. I like politics. I just don't like the politicians. I like to help people out. I like to do things this way. There's so many. I'm 50 years old, but that doesn't mean that I'm 50 that I'm older. I'm a dinosaur. I still have memories of my own times. I can tell you what people want. I can tell you what young people want. Okay, but what young people want, they don't want this. They don't want this country. The young believe everything they hear. The inflation, the media plays the. What if there was no inflation, and the media just said, "This is inflation." The media says it's inflation. Everybody believes in inflation, right? So everything rises, all because the media says so, right? And people believe that, and it's a shame. But here you are. You're gonna blame Joe Biden for inflation that's been going around all over the world, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. We have inflation, people. Gas prices are high all over the world, not just here. Please do your research. So when you see a Republican say, "Oh, we have higher gas. Oh, we pay more on the gas. We pay more for food," that's not his fault. That's not his fault. If you guys looked at the news a few months ago, Chevron and them said that they was not going to produce any more oil. That their interest is in the shareholders. Their interest is in the shareholders. Think about that. Think about that. They're shareholders. You buy the gas, and you have to buy an exuberant amount of money, and they can't work with you because all they think about is money. And the funny thing is that all this money that they got, and when they die, they can't take it with them. Tomorrow's never promised. So do the best that you can today. But yet, they don't see it that way. The greedy people, they don't see it that way. They don't see it that way. They don't. I just don't know how they live with the conscience like that. I really don't. But we have to address the mental health problem that we have in the United States. We have to address global warming, because that is true, people. You don't want to believe in whatever gave me, but if you ever did science, you know that is true. Global warming, we have to address that. We have to address child trafficking. We have to address. I just heard that in Asheville, North Carolina, there was some cartels, Mexican cartels that are moving in. That needs to stop. That needs to be put in the bud. All right, that's up to the sheriff's department in Asheville to do that. You don't let no gang go into your neighborhood. I don't know why Los Angeles got me again. I would have been governor. They would have all gone out. I put them all in jail. All. I don't care. I don't care if it's the civil rights movement. I don't care about that. You're not making my street look bad. Plain and simple. You want to work. You want to contribute to society. Hey, amen. But if you go out in the streets and do something, I'm a mayor. No, that's not going to happen. You know. We need to put kids to do more activities. We need to give kids more vocations. Those kids that don't want to go to high school, those kids don't want to let's teach them a trade. Let's teach them a vocation, because that's something no one can take it away from them. So we need more plumbers. We need more electricians. We need all that. We need all that. Doctors and lawyers are good. Those will always come. But the other ones is the one we need. Okay? Let's stand up for one another and stop listening to what the media says and do the research. Do the research. Just don't stand and say, "Oh yeah, Donald Trump can do all this." You know, he has privilege. Well, he has privilege when he's president, but when he's not a president, he doesn't have any privilege. He is a citizen like you. He's a citizen like you and I. He gets treated as such. Okay. There's no need for him to take so many bags, so many top secret into his house in Mar-a-Lago. There's no need. And then the judge he chooses, Cannon, who has no judge experience at all, decides to go with him. Decides that she's gonna do to. At first he was, I might grant him a special counsel, and then on the briefing yesterday, she said that she's looking out for the interest of Donald Trump. That's a no-no. As a judge, you don't say that because you're supposed to be impartial. Now you're not being impartial. Now you're being biased. Now you're being partially biased. You're being biased to one person only because that's who you care about. How can you ever run a trial like that when you become a judge? Or now that you're a judge? That makes no sense at all. She herself put her foot in her mouth. So anyway, so don't forget to sign up, say King Geo, subscribe, and in December, if everything goes okay with my job, I promise you there will be 2 round-trip tickets anywhere you want to go in the world. Courtesy of King Geo. Just subscribe and say King Geo, I have subscribed.